Well, some fantastic news for Special Olympics in South Australia. In fact, more than one bit of good news. Let's chat about it with the state manager, Matthew Pearson. Good to catch up again, Matt.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's great to catch up once again.
All the news just keeps coming, and it's all pretty good news at the moment.
Yeah, no, we're getting lots of positive news stories coming out at the moment. And it's a great time to be involved with the organisation and then continuing to get positive stories and moving things forward. So, which is great news.
Particularly regarding the announcement from Variety. This must be something you would all be very, very chuffed about.
Yeah, we are absolutely over the moon with the award from Variety SA, the children's charity. They have provided an investment of 150,000 across a 3-year program. That'll be split into 3 lots of 50,000. And that will go to having a designated role to work with schools straight across both metro and regional SA, providing support in that inclusive disability school sport competition space, and ultimately trying to engage more families, more schools, and more young people to access high quality, inclusive sport of their choice, and then look to try and get them into the various other opportunities that we have here right across the SA with Special Olympics. So incredibly exciting. As you know, we're set up with just myself and 141 extremely committed and dedicated volunteers. So to have an extra resource specifically to really work with our schools and really have the impact that we know we can have is just an incredible outcome. And we're extremely fortunate to receive the level of support we do from Variety.
But how does that happen? I'm assuming, Variety sort of put grants out there and then different organisations apply for it and then they judge it on your merits?
Yeah, so they have a grant stream called the Variety Sprout 2 fund. It's quite unique in the fact that you could apply as part of your project proposal. It could align to having a part-time employer is part of the grant. As you know, a lot of grants are more project-based, but we didn't have the personal capacity to deliver that with our current setup. So it was a combination of able to secure a part-time, almost project manager or project officer, alongside doing all the incredible work that we can do in this school space. So yeah, it was a highly contested, I think there was 57 or 58 applications in total. Then it went through a very vigorous process. Some fantastic organizations were involved in that process, and we were one of the 5 fortunate beneficiaries of that. But even the other 4 organizations involved, real range of health, well-being, social development, and all having a massive contribution in their relative kind of space. And yeah, we're just extremely proud to be part of it and to receive that level of support from Variety SA.
And Matt, to the fact it's a 3-year grant, if you like, or 3 lots of money over 3 different years, gives you a chance to really plan rather than just, 12 months and it's over. You got a 3-year planning period as well to look into as well.
Yeah, and that was something that was immediately very attractive to myself when we obviously were aware of the application. It gives us 3 years to say, okay, this is how we're going to establish the program. Here is how we're going to have that level of impact, but also allowing that 3-year process where we can hopefully integrate that into being sustainable beyond that, and also allowing us to tie that into both our Special Olympics Australia national vision, direction, strategic plan, and also at a state level. And it just gives us a real, like a foundation that we can build on, saying, okay, we've got this. This is how we're going to integrate and support and engage with young people all across the state in a variety of ways through junior programs, both with schools and also out in the community, and ultimately create more sport programs that are open age and also junior specific right across the state. So yeah, extremely excited with the announcement that was made on Tuesday morning. And we're doing the work in the background and hopefully going out in the next few weeks to find a suitable candidate to come and support the organisation in what is an extremely exciting time.
Well, yes, and if they can be imbued with the enthusiasm that a lot of your volunteers have got, so I'm sure they'll do a fine job. We look forward to hearing more about that. Now, you had a big day at Marion Bowland this morning.
Yes, so we had our Sponsors Day with Serco, who have ironically, actually just renewed their state sponsorship with Special Olympics. I say their financial contribution helps towards our state committee that we have in place here, and that just allows us to ensure that there's some resources to kind of ensure that we can meet some core priorities that we've set here within the state, and also to have their continued support because it's their second year with us is fantastically appreciated, and we're really welcome their contribution and ongoing support as a state sponsor. But also here down at Marion Bowland today, had a number of Serco employees that have been with our 10-pin bowlers who are all representing Team SA in the upcoming national games in October. So they've been, sharing tips, sharing stories down on the lanes and having a fantastic time. That's
a great thing, isn't it? Because, I mean, it's one thing for an organisation to say, yeah, we'll sponsor you, but then to really embrace the organisation with employees getting involved. I mean, that's a real commitment to the cause, isn't it?
Yeah, no, and it's exactly what we need to do. We want to build that relationship, show people who are involved in organisation what Special Olympics is about, to allow them to really understand and kind of guess what that work is and the impact that has on the families, the athletes themselves, the volunteers, and that wider network, and just knowing that they're contributing in a really valuable way is just having such a tremendous outcome to so many people across the state.
And going back to the grant from Variety, the charity there, I mean, in a sense, the timing is perfect because you can kind of now springboard out of this post-COVID era into getting your name and activities out and about. So in a sense, it's almost like a bit of a rebirth of activities for everyone, including Special O's SA.
Yeah, no, it's extremely exciting time. And then, as you know, we've got the national games in October. Yeah. So this allows us just a couple of months to get that new project up and underway and kind of get that through to the end of this year. And then obviously from 2023, it should be all systems go. We start a new 4-year cycle here with Special Olympics Australia. We run on a 4-year cycle typically, with the national games being that kind of end of that 4-year cycle. So this allows us to get them fully up to speed, get the project kind of cemented in as many schools and community spaces as we can, and then really allow us just to elevate, grow, and have greater impact going forward. So yeah, it's worked out really well. We get to show them in a few months, hopefully, what it's all about. And can't wait to, once again, it's another positive step here in the state, and it's another building block where we want to go. And we're very happy this end, that's for sure.
How are things looking as far as the nationals go, Matt? I know that we've spoken to a couple of people in Tasmania over the last few months, and they're all really, as a state and as a sort of people, if you like, looking forward to these games. They think it's going to be something pretty special. Obviously, a chance for a bit of tourism for Tasmania, and a chance for them to show their welcoming side of things. How's preparation going, do you feel, both on and off the sporting arena?
I guess from a central office point of view, and obviously all the work going on in Tas, as you can appreciate, there's an enormous amount of work going on to obviously accommodate the range of individual needs that we have, obviously all the logistics and obviously additional requirements that needs to be run to run a multi-sport event across a 6-day program. But we're extremely excited. It's bringing the states together in a safe way and allowing them to return to ultimately what they've wanted to do. It's not been a easy cycle for any of the states. Everyone's had their own journey, so to speak, but it's just going to be I guess with the timing as well, it'll be just a great way just to showcase and go in, okay, this is what it's about, this is where we're going to be going forward, and just ensure that people are accessing inclusive sport events again. So there's tremendous work going on, both from a central office point of view as well as everything down in Tasmania. From a Team SA perspective, things are going on really well. So we've got a head of delegation, Naomi Pugsley, who's helped coordinating about 103, 104 athletes alongside about 35 or so volunteers across the 6 sports. State training's taking place on a regular basis. There's a whole host of competitions going on at the moment just to prepare athletes from a sport perspective. We'll do a uniform presentation in several weeks' time. So there's plenty going on, and we're gearing up to mid-October when everyone flies out. And hopefully it's going to be a really successful national games, and it's testament once again to the enormous amount of work that volunteers do, not just on their weekly program down on their single sports, but also to provide that level of support to our athletes to get them to a national games, which for so many of our athletes is their kind of pinnacle in terms of their career milestones and their involvement with Special Olympics. That's kind of what so many have been striving for, and our volunteers make that possible. And just want to once again thank them for their tireless, endless kind of commitment, and the amount they do for our athletes is simply inspiring, and it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with an organisation such as this.
Well, Matt, well done to you and all those involved, and a big cheerio and a big thanks to Variety of the Children's Charity. I know Mark McGill do a great job there. We've spoken to Mark over the time. So congratulations on the grant. Congratulations on the day today with Serco at Marion Bowland, and we'll keep in touch as the Nationals get ever closer.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. No, and thank you to everyone, and thank you for your time as well, Peter.
Matt Pearson there, who's the State Manager for Special Olympics in South Australia, with lots of good news and I think more to follow.